Alright guys, time to grab it back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday so far, and today we're going to talk about a couple of interesting things regarding the CDL for 2021. 2020 was not the ideal season by any means. We had a few LAN events at the start. I mean, there was the Minnesota launch weekends, then we had the London one, then the Atlanta one, then the Los Angeles one, then the pandemic kicked in, and none of the other organizations were able to host a live LAN event. Not exactly putting these organizations in the best financial position, in addition to the other complexities that have come out from the pandemic and, well, some difficult financial situations over 2020. In terms of the Esports Awards nominations, though, Call of Duty has still done very well, as we'll look at over the coming minutes here, talk a little bit about who exactly should win these awards come November time, but also the CDL and Activision Blizzard looking to allow these organizations to defer their franchise payments into 2021 or beyond, so, well, they don't have to receive that financial burden, I suppose, of the franchise payments to actually own a spot in this league. We're not exactly sure how long that $25 million has to be paid over, but it seems like it will be able to be deferred for these organizations, and does raise the question once again, are these organizations in the best financial spot? Are some of them considering selling? And which of these organizations could potentially, that are on the cusp, come into the CDL for coming seasons? Because definitely expansion is coming for 2022 at the very least, I do believe. Like, if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you are new. As always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you for doing that. First of all then, let's talk about these Esports Awards nominations. So these are the finalists of Analyst of the Year for 2020. You can see Nameless got a nomination. I think that was very well deserved. I think he was great on the analyst desk, to be honest, this year. Yeah, I don't really follow too many other esports. I'm not sure exactly, apart from Sponge and Pimp, like how well the rest of the guys deserve it, but we'll have to see how it goes. I think they do like a top 3 thing, or at least a runner-up or something, when they, well, announce the winners in November time. We get this as well, Esports Caster of the Year on the color side. Joe DeLuca, that being Merc and Chance Casts, getting nominated. So a number of big names up here. Of course, Henry G, no longer actually in the casting arena. He's gone on to be general manager at the Cloud9 CSGO team. So we'll have to see how this one develops. But yeah, Joey DeLuca and Chance getting the opportunity here, getting nominated at least, is really cool to see. It must be said that there is like a judging panel that decides who's going to have the nominations, and I think a lot of those people have been involved with Call of Duty in the past. I think Bryce has been on that panel in the past. I'm not exactly sure if he's still there, but you know, I see a number of these names have been with Call of Duty in the past. Puckett, of course, no longer here. Machine, back in the Black Ops 3 days, he used to do Call of Duty stuff. Frankie actually presented, or was like the stage host at the London event back in February when that was actually on LAN. And then you've got Lottie Van Praag, right, our host, getting her nomination as well as the Esports Host of the Year. That's cool to see. Then we also talk about the professional player side. This is Esports Console Rookie of the Year, and this is actually an interesting question. Given it's going to PC in 2021, does that mean that Call of Duty is still considered a console game? I mean, like, technically it's not, but at the same time you're using a controller, so maybe they have to rename this somewhat, because I don't really think that Call of Duty players should be put into the, like, PC, like, Rookie of the Year. I don't know, it just seems a little bit strange. Seems nicer to me that the CoD players get kind of alongside Gears of War players, Rocket League players, Halo players. Seems to kind of fit into the same arena. But as you can see, Shotzi, Illy, and Awakening all getting nominations here. Interesting one, really, because, you know, yes, Shotzi is a rookie to the Call of Duty scene, but he did win the World Championship in 2018 on Halo on a console. So, I mean, like, you know, where's the difference, right? Like, how is he a console rookie in the sense that he's won a World Championship on console? I get what they mean, like, it's his first year in COD. You know, to me, I would probably vote Illy on this one, just because, like, yes, he's played COD for a long time, and, well, Shotzi's played Halo before that, but this is Illy's first year of professional, like, play in any title, which, yeah, counts more as a rookie to me than Shotzi's won a World Championship on console. Yes, in a different game, though, so bit of an interesting one. I mean, like, Illy did win the World Championship. Awakening was great, obviously, no doubt about that, but, yeah, Illy played the entire season long, won the World Championship. To me, he would get my vote in this one, and Shotzi would get my vote as well, potentially Player of the Year, because Esports Console Player of the Year, there's a few nominations in this one from COD. Clayster, Shotzi, and Crimsix all getting their nomination. Pretty interesting to see that no one outside of the Dallas Empire gets a nomination, but, you know, maybe understandable. They did all win the World Championship. Crimsix was playoffs MVP, but in terms of, like, you know, overall stats, I suppose, of the season, Crimsix might not be the best candidate here. Clayster definitely is a decent candidate, and obviously a legendary player. Shotzi might just have my votes, given if he's missing out on you know, console rookie, maybe he deserves console player of the year. But, you know, I'm sure there's other good nominations here as well from other esports. We get this as well, Esports Team of the Year awards, and Dallas Empire on here, as well as, like, Call of Duty team. So they've kind of crushed the nominations this year. Tends to be that way, really, if you do end up winning the World Championship. But yeah, intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Who do you think should win this? And those of you who do follow other esports closely, do you think Call of Duty will get outclassed when it comes to the award ceremony in November time? This I thought was pretty cool before we go on to the Activision deferred payment stuff. stuff. Clayster says with the switch to PC, as we've just been discussing, he's going back to the Xbox controller. This is one of the cool things about going to PC. You can use whatever input device is allowed by the CDL, and well, Xbox controllers are allowed. So like he showed some Xbox designs here. So this is a pretty cool thing. Like, will this have any impact on players going forwards? Like maybe some players haven't really liked the PlayStation controllers over the past couple of seasons. They want to go back to the Xbox ones. They may be more, comfortable in that input device, and all of a sudden players that we've seen not necessarily be the best the last few years, back to an Xbox controller, who knows? Maybe they'll be even more comfortable and better players than they were. So this came out a while ago, back in July, saying that Activision Blizzard is talking with CDL Overwatch League owners about providing some sort of financial relief amid the coronavirus cash crunch situation, including possibly delaying franchise payments. This came out back in July, and now it has indeed pretty much been confirmed, as we see by Charlie Intel. I believe the Washington Post was first on this. Activision Blizzard is reportedly allowing CoD League franchise ownership groups to defer their franchise payments for 2020 due to the ongoing financial burden. This is an excerpt from the article. They're providing this relief. The Washington Post reported the company is allowing team owners to defer their franchise payments. They first reported in July. That was the Esports Observer, as we just looked at. So they agreed to pay $25 million each. We're not sure how long, the period is that they have to pay this over. Is it 10 years? Is it 20 years? But it's probably something like a long-term investment in that ballpark, right? And if you were to sell your spot now, then Activision, I imagine, would take a significant cut of exactly whatever your sale fee is. We're not exactly sure what they're looking to sell the spots for going into next season, but I do believe there's a lot of competition for those extra 4, 6, 8 spots that they're going to try and sell into 2022. And if that is the case, probably pushes up the price somewhat. And if some of the teams are looking at selling, as we looked at over the last couple of weeks here, what exactly is going to happen? Are some of these franchise teams going to change their location, right? Which isn't out of the question. So, it's really interesting. But teams are required to pay a portion of franchise fees yearly until the full amount is paid off. As part of providing financial relief to the teams, Activision Blizzard is allowing teams to defer that portion that is due in 2020. They're offering the same thing to the Overwatch League teams as well. And 10 of the 12 CoD teams have the same ownership group as their respective Overwatch League teams. So pretty interesting. And Philadelphia Fusion, it's a tough year for everyone. They've worked at us to make sure there is support. And this came out from Adam Fitch a little bit ago. A few months ago, I heard rumors of a CoD League franchise looking to sell. I mean, he made this comment, of course, regarding the Toronto Ultra situation that's happened with Brack over the last few days and the questionable management decisions being made over there. But if franchises are looking to sell, they have to defer their franchise payments here. Like maybe they're thinking, okay, how is this going to develop going forward? Are we going to be able to host a LAN event next season? When are we actually going to be getting back to hosting LAN events so we can actually get some ticket sale revenue and also make more lucrative sponsorship deals, right? Because if you are having an actual LAN event that people are going to watch, then you can mark up some pretty interesting sponsorship arrangements with merch booths and all this kind of stuff that helps these organizations make money. At the end of the day, if that's not going to happen, it's somewhat more difficult to build a brand, even though some of these teams have obviously done a much better job of that than other ones. So interesting to see. I believe that Hector said that outside of the franchise payments, Huntsman pretty much broke even on season 1, but I think Huntsman had something like 8 sponsors for their entire season. It's an interesting question how long those sponsorships actually last. Are they just season long? Are they 6 monthly? Are they 2 seasonally or whatever? And it's interesting really to see how that could be for the other teams in the league, because some of the teams don't even really have sponsorships yet, which isn't great. And they're obviously struggling to make a significant return on investment. Yes, this is a long-term move, but with the situation that's happened this year, maybe there are some cold feet from the investors, and they're thinking do we just get out of this? Do we try and shut up shop and sell somehow to another organization? Maybe let them take control of the brand, let them change the city or whatever. I'm sure investors are having this consideration right now. So this was some of the discussion over at the Reddit. So this is Chris Overholt over at the Toronto Defiant and the Ultra. We are in this for the long haul. When you take that long-term view of the industry, the conversation becomes, I think, a lot easier. So it doesn't look like the Toronto Ultra are looking to go anywhere. And as Soupy says here, 2.5 mil over 10 years, 1.67 mil over 15 years, over 20, who really knows? But it could be a team-by-team basis as well, because some teams probably could put up certainly more than other ones are able to. Just because we talked about Adam Fitch, wanted to mention this as well. He's joined Deserto as their business content lead. Interesting to see Deserto branch out into business stuff. You go on their website where you have to go all the way to the top, to the right-hand side, click on more, then you go down to business and talking about the deals that are going on. I find this stuff really interesting, and I agree with Adam when he says it has an accessibility problem. Somewhat difficult to get this stuff out to the public and make it appealing for, I suppose, the casual esports viewer to watch. So, we talk about this on the channel a little bit when we get the opportunity to. Maybe Adam will make this more accessible as well over at Deserto now, and we can have a think about how exactly we move forward with business content on the channel. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for making it this far. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps YouTube algorithm know you enjoy this content. Other people like you may they enjoy this content as well, and helps push the YouTube channel to new audiences and help the channel grow. Just to finish off with this from Arcites, I miss it, he says, to Modern Warfare, as well, White Chicken YouTube discovered this pretty remarkable, well, glitch, I suppose, in the game, where you can just shoot through all the walls, and, well, yeah, we don't really miss Modern Warfare over here at TouchGrab Game Productions. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you next time.
One, killed it.